Hello and welcome, Silrace here with some more Hearthstone action, and this is the Paladin starter deck I showcased before, and there will be a link in the description below again, as well as the annotation at the end of the video. So the opening hand isn't stellar, however this is pretty much the strongest of the starter decks I built, simply because the Paladin has pretty damn good basic cards. These are no crafted cards whatsoever. And it synergizes pretty damn well, especially the token minions, token creatures, the recruits you bring in with the class ability which you just saw there. Synergize so damn well with things like Blessing of Kings, which I happen to have in hand, Frostwolf Warlord and Stormwind Champion, and all of these creatures are basic creatures which do not require you to do any crafting to get them. So Mortal Coil wastes a card to get another card, but when we put in the bird, that puts a showstopper on the Flame Imp's attacks at least. So, and follow up is some more stones, because suddenly we have a lot of them in hand for whatever reason. So okay, Shadow Ball, more removal going on the little things until, well, let's not say I am kinda happy with that, because if he removes all these smaller dudes with those things, then things such as the Frostwolf Warlord and the Stormwind Champion are going to be sticking around. So that is quite workable for me, and there is a second Mortal Coil to get another card draw, and so on. Managed to get at least something out with the, you know, Shield Master. I mean, it traded for a creature and a card. Obviously, the Warlock gets back a card. And this is one of those turns of like, which way do I actually want to do this play? Because I have actually options. And I decided the Murloc Tidehunter with a token minion to recruit on the board is the best possible play. Because couldn't use the 5 mana anyways. Well, either had 4 mana play or then this play, which was also 4 mana. But this gives me 2 ways to get rid of the 3-2, and now there is a 3-3, but next is a turn 6. But the nice thing about this whole business is the fact that I have Consecrate in hand. So that gets rid of everything on the board. And also gets me another recruit. And some damage onto the Warlock. So now we have board presence, which is what this deck does pretty damn well, with all the little creatures it brings on the board. And okay, that is a little bit of an annoyance, but it is easily and simply dealt with this deck. I choose to smack it and take some damage to the face, instead of wasting Blessing of Kings on a minion and trading that. It could have been done that way. I wouldn't have had taken any damage. But right now our life places is pretty much equal, and I basically kept a creature on the board again. And I still have the Blessing of Kings to smack on that 1-1 or the 2-1, whichever way it happens. Flame Imp, well, that surely takes his life down some more, huh? And the nice thing is that the, well, Murloc I have had around for a little while still trades with the 3-2, so I don't need to do anything about that. And I don't know why he played that, because I still have the 4 damage True Silver Champion in hand, so I can just smack that dead. So that play is really questionable to me. I have no clue why he decided to do that, and I was just counting my mana out on how to get the biggest possible nasty dude on the board here. And clear his board and manage to do 1 damage to him. But at least there is 7-7 Frostwolf Warlord on the field, which is obviously going to be a little annoying to deal with. And if he doesn't clear anything on my board, then I have, well, basically 2 turns lethal right here. And have some more taunts on my board. That obviously helps him a bit, huh? Because, well, right now I can't exactly just, you know, run my warlord into it to kill it, but I can smack down something which kills it anyway if he decides to attack the Lord of the Arena. Which sounds kinda funky, but considering there is arena mode for the game. Anyway, let's not delve into that. Sunwalker, the most annoying taunt to deal with, at least in my honest opinion, when you don't have something like Black Knight or a Silence to throw at it. So this is probably going to require sacrificing some creatures. Unfortunately, but that is usually the case when you are dealing with Divine Shields. You have to break the shield with something. And let's drop down the Novice Engineer first, see what we draw before we drop down anything bigger, eh? So I decided, well, Stormwind Champion it is, huh? Because that allows killing the taunt and keeping my Frostwolf Warlord alive. And then it basically forces him to trade the damn ooze for the Frostwolf Warlord. Because otherwise he's just dead next turn. Not to mention that if he can't get rid of the Stormwind Champion and the Novice Engineer, at least the Stormwind Champion in addition, then he is simply dead. Okay, Shadow Bolt, that deals with that. Power Overwhelming deals with the Stormwind Champion, and he is alive, but he's used a lot of cards, and now there's a creature on the board at least for him. But I do have lots of answers here for that stuff, so let's deal with that, huh? Shall we? Because Blessing of Kings on a Novice Engineer, you don't see a 5/5 Novice Engineer all that often. And I decided to simply beat on him, because there is no reason to really kill the, you know, healer at this point, because, well, the battle is pretty much secure for me, and even with the drain life and him killing the, you know, taunt, there is only so much you can do at this point in time, especially since I can just get the kill like this. So there you have it, a victory for the Paladin deck, and thank you very much for watching.